It's the book of Alpha running me, nigga. Read it or weep.
The modern dating game is beta male simping at its finest. And we'll discuss one reason why right now. Now, I know that a lot of men are going to disagree with this on face value because a lot of men believe in the principles of dating. They believe in the precepts of dating. They believe in the concept of dating. But I'm telling you right now that dating requires that men make some sacrifices and compromises that are the exact opposite of what manhood represents. And one of those things, the most pressing of those things, and there are many, but the one that bothers me the most, and the main reason that I avoid dating, is because in order to date a woman, you must accept a position on her roster of men and jockey for position with the other men on that roster to see who's going to be the starter. Not perennially, just for this weekend. And then next weekend, you must jockey again for the exact same position. No matter how well this weekend goes, there's a possibility that a player who is already on the team, or even worse for you men who are already on the roster, a new player shows up on the roster. And as we know, in dating, the newest player acquisition has the best chance of securing the starting job. Now, I say that is the exact opposite of what pimping represented. You see, now in the modern dating game, the woman is the pimp and the men are, guess what? The hoes. Now, I understand that you don't view yourself as a hoe, and that's fine. That's cool. I mean, position-wise, in this scenario, that's what you are. You are stepping and fetching and kowtowing and doing everything in your power to impress this woman enough that she will give you the starting job or allow you to be her bottom chick. See what I'm saying? You men are jockeying for the position of being this female pimp's bottom chick. And what do you do with it? You spend your money, you spend your time, you give her validation, you seek her validation. You do all of these things that represent the opposite of what a true man represents, you see? None of these things are alpha. None of these things are even masculine. These things are, in fact, downright feminine. You are living the life of a beta male cuck. And that is not a life to be proud of. It is simply not a life to be proud of. And I say this to you, men. Every time you find yourself in a scenario where you are dating a new woman, you are pursuing a new woman. You see, the woman is not even worried about pursuing anyone. The woman is simply perusing the aisles, trying to find the best deal. And you, as a salesman who is selling yourself to the woman, is doing everything in your power to present a better deal to her than the other salesmen who are also selling themselves to that one woman. Now, the odds say women outnumber men 8-1, 7 or 8-1, somewhere between the two. So we'll round it up to 8. That means that if one woman has 8 men pursuing her, she has totally reversed the game. Or shall I say, you men have allowed her to reverse the game. Now, am I saying that you don't need to be around women? No. Of course, I'm not saying you don't need to be around women. What I'm saying is you have to be around women on your terms, brothers. On your terms, man. You cannot allow a woman to believe that there is anything she brings to the table that, in essence, warrants her special treatment from you and the smorgasbord of men who are willing to give her whatever it is she desires, just to give you an opportunity to try out for the starting position on her team. These are incredible things, man. I think about these things and I ask myself, why is it that men are so incredulously dedicated to being a woman's boy. Not just being her boy. It's one thing to be a woman's boy, but to be one of her boys. Waiting, hoping that you're the one she calls. Modern dating puts a man in a position of total pursuit, total over-aggression, total over-appreciation, total misguided energy at pleasing a woman who does not want to be pleased. She wants to be catered to. Pleasure has an end. If a woman wants sexual pleasure, once she gets off, maybe once or twice, then she is done. She's great. She feels wonderful. I mean, some women take more than that, but we understand that those women have nymphomaniac tendencies, and that's not the discussion of this particular video. Now, we'll say this too. There's nothing wrong with having women. There's nothing wrong with having multiple women. Matter of fact, there's everything right with having multiple women. But dating even one woman under the modern rules of dating is fool's gold, and it requires that a man compromises not only his manhood, but the true essence of how he feels about himself. And the crazy thing is, the one man who has complete and total access to the woman never has to take her on a date. He is so stingy with his time that she wants any time he can offer her. He never pursues her for time, which in turn makes her pursue him for time. And the little time that he gives her, she doesn't care if she has to spend it cutting grass with him. She just wants to be with him. As long as there's some intimacy coming her way after that time spent, she's perfectly okay with that. And I've been the recipient of this gracious arrangement many times. A woman goes out on a date, she calls me, tells me she's going out on a date. I automatically know she's going out on a date with some herb, some scrub, you understand? Some sucker. And here she is, texting me midway through the date. So if a woman is texting during a date with you, she is not texting a woman 9 times out of 10. She may be texting her friend, telling her, hey, this date is going bad, and they have plans to hook up and go out later on. But most times she's texting a dude, telling me how long it'll be before she comes. Texting me, asking me if there's anything that I need her to pick me up. Telling me where she is, asking me if I want her to bring me something so she could get something to go on your dollar. You boys who out here dating, man, don't understand women. And even worse, you don't understand yourself as a man. Because if you did, you wouldn't stoop to such a level. For what? For the same sex that she's calling me in the bathroom while she's on a date with you, texting me at the table, in the car, but she's on a date with you, telling me she can't wait to bring it to me. And this is the reality of life for men who date and men who wait. I'll catch you in a minute. Peace. Like this video on your way out if you enjoyed the content. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. When you subscribe, click that notification bell. Make sure your notifications are on so you can be alerted to when I upload some more of this real shit. And as always, alphas up, betas down. Peace.